The company admitted the data was mistakenly routed through Chinese servers. You've got hundreds of engineers. Those mistakes don't happen. This, I actually think, is deceit and could probably go down as gross negligence. What we're seeing with Zoom these days is not very good news. There's been a slew of articles about their security issues and security leaks where, they were integrating with Google. You could sign in with Google, or you could sign in with Facebook, and then Facebook and Google would have access to your information and to your data. And there's all these other kind of bugs and security leaks that have been chronicled here. But the interesting thing that I found about Zoom, or the most disconcerting thing that I found about Zoom, was in a release that they recently put out talking about China, one of my favorite topics these days. The Intercept published this article. So Zoom has over 700 employees in China. That's fine. Here's the problem. The company admitted the data was mistakenly, this is in quotes, routed through Chinese servers. That just doesn't happen. Those mistakes don't happen. That's not a mistake. You set up your system infrastructure. You understand where your servers are. You understand how you're completing these calls and connecting people and latency. Like, you've got hundreds of engineers. The engineers, this isn't just a mistake. This, I actually think, is deceit and could probably go down as gross negligence. I actually could see a class action lawsuit being filed against Zoom for this gross negligence. You don't just mistakenly route your data over unencrypted video calls through Chinese servers. That doesn't happen. And if that is a mistake, then you're a fool and you shouldn't have your job. So it's one of the two. But either way, it's not good news. I wouldn't be surprised if we see class action lawsuits on the horizon for Zoom. We're also seeing huge usage, again, in Slack and Microsoft Teams, and an uptick there. So Zoom really does not have the kind of stickiness that I think a lot of people would prescribe to it. And yes, they have a huge amount of usage increase, but bump in their stock price does not reflect the amount of actual increased paying users that Zoom expects to see. I'm actually not very bullish on Zoom despite everything going on with Corona and working from home. I think a lot of, the companies, that's really what they rely upon here for their customers. Companies value this stuff, and you can't make these kinds of mistakes. And if they are actually mistakes, then you don't deserve their business, or let alone your leadership role. So these are really serious problems that aren't just happening in one place, but happening in multiple places. And it's a public company, right? I mean, you expect a lot more from a company like this. Hi, this is Alex from Winner Take All. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave a comment, ask us questions, and definitely make sure to join us on our next live stream.